Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far, and it's about to get better because I have prepared here for you an overview of the latest news and releases from the active Demoscene community. Welcome to the Demoscene report of the 10th of September 2025. This week we'll take a deeper look at the releases from Chaos Construction's demo party that took place in Russia a couple weeks ago. There was also Yumalauta 25 years and Aqua Party happening recently, but we'll save the coverage of those two events for our next week's report. As always, everything that I talk about will be linked on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure, and they will also be listed at the Demoscene forum thread, so it's a bit easier to search through everything. Apologies for talking a bit faster than usual this time, because my kid is about to arrive home from his first day of school, so I need to zoom past this video today, but I think you can do it, so stay with me. You have a drink ready already? That's perfect. Sit back, relax, let's talk some Demoscene. Haven't spotted that many Demoscene related news this week actually, only this interview with Observer, a Demoscener from Japan who has been making some awesome intros on the last few years. Very good read, this interview, go check it out for sure. And then we can talk about Chaos Constructions in St. Petersburg, Russia. Taking place since 1999, I believe this was the 25th edition of this demo party, and always has a whole bunch of modern and retro computer releases here. Let's take a look at the competition listings. They had music competitions with 11 entries on the tracked music competition for music composed using Tracker Music software. This one was won by Synth Slav. They also had the chiptune music competition with music made for vintage machines that use audio chips. A bit of a confusion on the first place on this one between Kuvo using the so-called turbo sound mode of the ZX Spectrum using double audio chips there, and Philip, who composed a track for the Yamaha OPL3 chip. So depending on how you count the voting, the winner is slightly different. There was a bit of a confusion on the prize giving and the results, but yeah, apparently they both share the first place in some way. There was no streaming music competition, strangely enough, but they did had an AI music competition for music done exploring cutting-edge AI-generated content tools. This one was won by a Slash, in particular with Rain. To compensate a few music competitions, they had a ton of graphics competitions. The modern graphics had a single entry, but quite a very good rendering image here released by Renoa. Congratulations, Reno, on this one. Looks really cool, really love it. Then we had the pixel art graphics competitions with only 2 entries, so rather lackluster in particular. The ZX Spectrum graphics had 4 entries. Great winner entry here by Mr. Rockers. Really liked this one, but there were a few other also released. Then we had the old school graphics competition, only 2 entries again. Very good entry by Kuvo here. I believe you could convert some images here on this competition in particular. Then we also had the text mode graphics competition with also only 2 entries, not much participation on this one as well. They also had an AI graphics competition this year for the images done using generative AI technology, not to pollute the handmade competitions of the other stuff. A few good images here, some seem obvious conversions, a few good conceptual pieces as well. So nice little AI graphics competition overall. The high-end demo competition was won by Krolix with Arbo, with a comeback demo after almost 2 decades of hiatus making some demos. Welcome back, Krolix. Looking forward to see more entries from you. Second place went to this little 4K intro called Oh by V2 Girls. Third place to this conceptual demo about the sun, as far as I understood. Don't ask me to read the Cyrillic title though. And the last place went to Asterisk with Sex, one more entry on their series of abstract number counting demos. This one pretty good actually, should have placed higher in my opinion. Great glitch syncs there, building up a barcode here. Then we had the old school 256-byte intro competition, and this was dominated by Uris. They had also won last year with the top 2 places with a couple of very good intros last year, and they repeated the same feat this year in particular with No Heartbeats Forever in first place and Chaos Hypnagogia 2025 getting second place. There were a few other entries as well for other different platforms here. You can see something for the BK here, some ZX Spectrum entries, something for the Vectrex, more ZX Spectrum entries, and the final one also for ZX. I believe there was one more. Yeah, another BK entry in last place by Rubelson. The old school demo competition was the highlight of the party. Corvette by Stardust was an easy winner choice here. Amazing presentation with some pre-calculated vector animations that were then rendered with real-time line drawing and some heavy amounts of glitch sync effects. I love old school demos that make you forget this is running on vintage hardware, and this is one of them. Well done, Stardust. Great music, great graphics, a lot of attention to the synchronization in particular that really sells the demo overall. So yeah, very cool demo. Probably one of the best of the year so far for the ZX Spectrum. There are a few other releases in the competition as well, like this joke ZX Spectrum emulator demo for the Vector 06C, Pure Beeper audio demo by Dmitry Milk as well, a one-screen demo by Syndrome also getting placed, and a joke entry on the Zepilator demo making tool, if you know that lore of a demo making on the ZX Spectrum. Chaos Constructions also had a one-scene demo competition for simpler entries with only a single screen effect and a maximum playtime of 1 minute. Here, all platforms were allowed. I think this competition is borrowed originally from Assembly. They've been running it for, I think, like 7 years now. On Assembly. I'm not sure how long they've been running it on Chaos Constructions. I do like the concept of having a more smaller demo competition, not to compete with all the mega demos. Let's take a look at the results from this one. The winner was 2D Pipes by Ollie Boney for the ZX Spectrum. Then Eversoft doing a couple of intros for Windows with a Worms filler and a Make demos. And then Goblinish doing a Celtic Knot 512-byte intro for MS-DOS. The fantasy console competition apparently needed its own category. It only had 3 entries of its own, all of them for the TIC-80. The winner here was an invitation to next year's Multimatograph party. And there was also a single entry on the Wild Demo competition. Chaos Construction System Menu by Nikotmsk won that one. A few more miscellaneous competitions at Chaos Constructions, a single entry for the animation video competition by Jakey42 and Cult Visual, for example, and then 4 entries on the Game Dev competition. The winner was a Sokoban clone for the ZX Spectrum, but we also had a Solitaire clone for the Okian 240, an old 8080 machine, Soviet personal computer that I had never heard about, but looks interesting. There was also a little puzzle game for the Micro 80, and a text-based game for the Chris CPM, a modern DIY CPM computer based around old 8080 clones with a Z80 processor and VGA output. Curiously enough, they also had a real-time competition for coding on the Chris CPM machine, by the way, where people could spend some time during the party coding something directly on the machine using Turbo Pascal 3.0. The results are all anonymous, though, since no one thought of noting down who did what on the videos, and they only recorded the videos of the entries. But a few interesting effects nonetheless there, and cool to see people exploring this new machine based on old restraints or constraints. Then the invitation competition is for voting on the different invitations done for the event released throughout the year as a way to outsource people creating their own invitation for Chaos Constructions, I guess, which I think it's kind of cool in a way, have more people inviting others to come to Chaos Constructions. The winner was a demo vision by Even Galactica that was released at Multimatograph 2025. Then we had the regular real-time graphics competition, which was a bit of a flop, only a single entry there. On the other hand, the compo that always delivers is the real-time ZX53C graphics competition. You had the duration of the festival to draw something using this specific blocky graphics mode of the ZX Spectrum on the theme of Where Did Everybody Go? There's an online editor, so it's relatively easy barrier of entrance to do some entries for, and they had a lot of cool entries. Once again, I'm going to show you just a few of them, not all of them, but you can see that there's a lot of creativity going into the interpretation of the theme here. And the last competition of the event was the real-time Commodore Amiga graphics competition for doing some deluxe paint graphics on Amiga on the theme of mascots doing a retro. Only 4 submissions, Clippy winning the competition here. And that was it for the Chaos Constructions 2005. I believe they also had some seminars and other events. There is a Robotron seminar, for example, available on their YouTube page, but it's all in Russian, and I don't speak Russian, so I have no clue if it's any good or not. I believe they had other seminars as well, but they are not yet available on YouTube. You would have to ask a Russian person who attended the event about more details on all of that. Next week, we'll take a look at releases from Jumalauta 25 years and the Aqua Party that happened, dedicated to the Commodore 64 in Germany. For now, let's just take a quick look at demoparty.net to mention that this weekend we'll have a Toad taking place in Hungary, the spiritual successor to the Function Demo Party. Hackfest in the Netherlands with a little Demoscene presence there as well. There is a TIC 80 Jam announced in the very least. And then we also have the Scrolly Party happening in Finland on the same weekend as well. A few other things happening later in the month: Moose Data and SAC in Sweden, the Limelight event in the UK. I believe we will have a gathering here in Portugal as well around the same dates, and the Ami Party event also in Poland, a little Amiga get-together event. The next major demo party will be Deadline in Germany on the first days of October, but there are plenty of other Demoscene events already being planned for later in the year. There's a Demo Night session happening in Switzerland as well on the same weekend. The SAC Flash Party, Demo Die get-together happening in Barcelona as well. It's worth checking out if you're in Spain or easily traveling to Barcelona. Benediction Coding Party on the last few days of the month, and also Berlin Demoscene meetup happening at the end of October, and also Demo Splash happening in the United States. So yeah, a lot of things planned as well. And that's it for this week's report. I hope you found something interesting in this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the link with a friend, and if you're feeling particularly generous, you can always donate me something through patreon.com/psenough or also my Amazon wish list. Both of them are linked on the video description below. I would love to get a new issue of Saga, for example, if anyone feels like sponsoring me that. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Other than that, I wish you all a great school year, comeback week. Bye-bye, everyone. See you next week. Take care.